Let me ask you something. How many more Mondays are you going to say this is the week and then fall off by Wednesday? How many times are you going to look in the mirror, see someone tired, unmotivated, frustrated, and just accept it like that's who you are? Let's be real. You don't need another one day. You need day one. I'm talking 30 days that flip your entire reality. 30 days of no more playing small. No more, I'll start tomorrow. No more, maybe next month. This is not a fitness challenge. This is a life challenge. This is a life challenge. And if you give me 1 month, just 1 month of locked in, no excuses effort, I promise you won't recognize yourself. Because this right here, this is where it all changes. This is where your old story ends and your new life begins. And it all starts with this keynote, no. 1, change doesn't take a year. It takes one decision. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Start now. The idea of the perfect time is one of the biggest lies we tell ourselves. We romanticize this imaginary moment in the future when everything will align, when we have more energy, more money, more motivation, more time. But let's get real. That moment doesn't exist. Life doesn't pause just because we decided we're finally ready to change. There will always be something, an event, a stressor, a distraction, a reason to delay. But that's exactly why now is the right time. If you can learn to take action in the middle of chaos, pressure, and imperfection, you win. Because the person who can thrive when things aren't ideal, that person is unstoppable when conditions are better. The I'll start on Monday mindset is a trap. Monday never comes if you keep putting off the work. Every delay is a silent vote for staying the same. Every time you say later, you're training yourself that your goals aren't urgent, that your health isn't a priority, and that your dream body or mindset can wait. But the truth is, your life doesn't wait. Time passes anyway. Whether you take action or not, 30 days from now, you'll still arrive at the future. The only difference is what version of you gets there. Will she be stronger, clearer, and more confident because you started today? Or will she still be in the same place, asking the same questions, making the same promises? Starting now doesn't mean you have to be perfect. It means you commit to progress. It means you choose to move forward, even if it's messy, even if it's slow, even if you're scared. Progress doesn't care about perfection. It only cares that you showed up. The gym doesn't care if you're tired. Your body doesn't care if your schedule was packed. Your future self only cares about whether you kept the promises you made to yourself. The most dangerous thing about waiting is that it becomes a habit. The more you put things off, the more normal it feels to delay your own growth. You get used to shrinking. You get used to settling. You get used to settling, and soon the person you could have been, she becomes a fantasy instead of a possibility. But when you take action now, today, you interrupt that cycle. You send a message to your brain that says, I'm not waiting anymore. I'm done with hesitation. I move now. People often think they need to feel ready before they begin. But feeling ready is the result of action, not the requirement. Confidence is built after the reps, not before them. So if you feel uncertain, good, that's your sign to begin. Because no one transforms by thinking about it. You transform by doing something, by deciding to move, and by following through regardless of how you feel. Start now. Not next month. Not when your schedule clears. Not when the weather's better or when someone else gives you permission, your future permission, your permission is urgency. The clock is ticking whether you act or not. One small action today can start a chain reaction that completely shifts your life in 30 days. The key is not to look for the perfect plan, the perfect moment, or the perfect motivation. The key is to act while it's hard, while it's inconvenient, while it's scary, because that's where real growth happens. You don't need to change everything at once. You just need to take one aligned action right now. Drink the water. Go for the walk. Do the workout. Say no to the junk. Wake up 10 minutes earlier, pick one, nail it, then repeat. Start stacking wins. Tiny wins compound into powerful momentum. And momentum beats perfection every single time. Motivation is a lie. Discipline is the truth. Motivation is fleeting. It's like a sugar high. It hits fast, feels good for a moment, then disappears. If your transformation relies on motivation, you'll always be stuck in a cycle of starting and stopping. 1 week you're fired up, hitting workouts, eating clean, feeling unstoppable. The next week, life gets heavy, and that motivation vanishes. Then what? You wait for it to come back? You hope to stumble across another inspirational video, another quote, a Monday reset. That's not a strategy. That's a gamble. And your future should never be a gamble. Discipline is the truth. It's the quiet force that shows up long after motivation has left the room. Discipline is doing the thing, especially when you don't feel like it. It's what separates the people who talk about goals from the ones who live them. Because anyone can be hyped when it's easy. But who are you when it's hard? Who are you when no one is watching, when you're tired, when your schedule's insane, when your body says, skip it, and your mind whispers, just this one C. Discipline isn't sexy. It's not flashy. It's not flashy. It's not dramatic, but it builds empires. It carves physiques. It rewires minds. Discipline doesn't ask how you feel. It asks what you committed to. Because transformation doesn't respond to your moods. It responds to your actions. Think of discipline like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you're training your identity. You're becoming the type of person who follows through, who pushes past limits, who doesn't need hype to perform. You stop chasing inspiration and become it. You stop needing someone else to motivate you because your own habits are louder than your excuses. Motivation might get you to the gym once. Discipline keeps you coming back. Motivation might help you prep a few meals. Discipline has you doing it week after week, even when it's boring, even when no one's cheering you on. And guess what? That's what builds results. That's what reshapes your body, your energy, your entire life. There will be days where everything feels off. Your sleep sucked, your mood's off, your body aches, your brain is foggy. On those days, motivation will be gone. But discipline? Discipline says, I move anyway. It's the internal voice that's louder than your feelings. It's the reminder that your goal is bigger than your bad day. And the more you practice that, the more unshakable you become. Discipline gives you something motivation never will: control. When you operate from discipline, you're not at the mercy of external conditions. End of End. You don't need perfect circumstances. You don't need a hype song. You don't need the stars to align. You just move. You act. You execute. That's where power lives. In your ability to act regardless of emotion. Motivation will try to sell you a story. Wait till you feel ready. Till you feel ready. Discipline writes a different story. Do it anyway. A motivation is the spark. Discipline is the fire. And if you want to change not just your body, but your life, you better start building that fire, because that's what's going to keep you going long after the spark burns out. 1 month of consistency can change everything. 30 days. That's all it takes to shock your system, flip the script, and completely rewrite the story you've been telling yourself. Consistency doesn't mean perfection. It means showing up daily with the same energy, same intention, and same refusal to settle. It's not about going all in for 3 days, burning out, then quitting. It's about doing what needs to be done, even if it's small, over and over again until it becomes your new identity. 1 month of consistency can do what years of a starting over couldn't. When you commit for real, for 30 straight days, you're not just working on your body. You're training your mind to stop breaking promises. You're conditioning yourself to trust your own word. That's what creates real transformation. It's not just the workout. It's not just the meal plan. It's the repetition, the daily reps, mentally, emotionally, and physically. This is where most people miss it. They chase intensity. They want to go hard, go big, go viral. But intensity is temporary. Consistency is what lasts. It's the slow, steady drip of effort that reshapes your habits, resets your focus, and rewires your self-image. You won't feel it instantly. And that's the point. It takes a few days before your body catches on, before your mind starts to quiet the old excuses, before your environment starts reflecting your new energy. Give it 30 days and your body starts responding. The scale might not scream it yet, but your clothes fit different. Your walk changes. You hold your head higher. Your skin glows a little. Your eyes wake up. You feel like you've got something to prove, not to anyone else, but to you. And that feeling, that momentum, that's the magic of consistency. It's not just physical, it's a soul shift. Here's the truth. Consistency builds credibility. Every day you show up, you prove to yourself that this time is different. You start to believe your own words again. No more broken starts. No more a maybe next week. When you stay consistent, you erase the doubt that's been dragging behind you for years. That doubt disappears, not in a massive leap, but in 30 tiny steps. Each one saying, I said I would. And I did. 1 month is long enough to break cycles. If you've been stuck in the all or nothing loop, perfect for 2 days, off track for 5, you know how that game ends, but consistency doesn't play that game. It says, even if I fall, I get up faster. It's not about never missing a day. It's about never missing twice. You stay in the rhythm. You build the habits, and once those habits click in, your autopilot changes. You don't have to think about it anymore. You just do it. Give yourself 30 days. Be honest. Be relentless. Be disciplined, and you'll be shocked at what's possible. Change your mindset elevates. The people around you start noticing. You don't just look different. You feel like a force. You start to own your space, your time, your energy. You stop apologizing for prioritizing your health, your goals, your body, because now it's who you are. You can keep waiting for the big breakthrough moment, or you can realize it's built through 30 days of small ones, the kind of small wins no one claps for. Drinking the water, getting to bed on time, saying no when it's inconvenient, working out even when your body is sore. Tracking your meals even when it's annoying. These micro wins, they compound, they stack. And before you know it, you've built something no one can take from you. Momentum, mastery, and self-respect. Consistency isn't exciting in the beginning. It's grindy. It's quiet. It's repetitive. But it works. And the more you do it, the more you realize it's not about willpower. It's about systems. You create a routine that supports your goals. You make success easier. You cut out the noise. And when life throws curveballs, and it will, you stay locked in because your habits are dialed in. You don't need a year to prove to yourself that you're capable. You need 30 days of being unavailable for excuses. 30 days of not letting feelings dictate action. 30 days of following through, even when it's boring, especially when it's boring. That's where your power builds. That's where your identity shifts. That's when the results start to show. And stay. Your body responds to effort, not excuses. You can have the best genetics, the best trainer, the best meal plan, but if you don't put in the effort, your body won't change. That's the raw truth. Your body doesn't care about your reasons. It doesn't care how long you've been tired, stressed, or busy. It only responds to what you do. Effort in, results out. That's the deal. Excuses don't burn calories. Complaints don't build muscle. Overthinking doesn't torch fat. Effort does. We live in a world that rewards excuses. There's always a reason to skip, delay, or avoid the work. And if you're not careful, you start believing your own stories. You start giving your excuses more power than your potential. But your body doesn't lie. Your effort is written all over it. You can either wear excuses, or you can wear effort. One shows up as fatigue, frustration, and disappointment. The other shows up as confidence, strength, and pride. Every rep counts. Every choice matters. Your body keeps score. It knows when you gave it 50% and called it 100. It knows when you stopped because it was hard, not because it was over. And it definitely knows when you skipped because you didn't feel like it. The body is honest. It mirrors the effort you put in, not just in workouts, but in recovery, nutrition, and mindset. You can't outsmart it. You can only outwork your old patterns. Effort doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be real. It's showing up when it's inconvenient. It's lifting heavier when your mind says you can't. It's pushing through the burn because you remember your why. Effort is getting up early when your bed is warm. It's tracking your food even when it's annoying. It's choosing the harder thing in the moment because you know the easier option never gets you closer to the result. You'll never regret the days you gave it your all. You'll only regret the days you gave in to the excuses. Excuses feel good short term, but they steal from your long term. They rob you of the body you could have, the energy you deserve, the confidence that's waiting. Excuses are sneaky. They sound logical. They feel comfortable. But every time you feed them, you feed the part of you that wants to stay stuck. Your effort is what unlocks your transformation. Not the plan, not the supplements, not the aesthetics, just good, honest, gritty work. It doesn't need to be glamorous. It just needs to be consistent. One clean meal, one hard session, one decision to not quit. Stack enough of those and your body will have no choice but to respond. It has to. That's the power of aligned effort. It creates results whether you feel like it or not. Your body listens more to your actions than your intentions. You can dream all day. You can visualize the abs, the strength, the glow. But unless you back it with consistent effort, it stays a dream. Your body is waiting for you to match your desire with action. It's waiting for you to stop talking and start doing. Because once you do, once the excuses are drowned out by real, raw work, that's when things start to shift. Not just physically, but mentally. You stop being the person who tries and you start being the person who executes. Self-talk shapes your transformation. What you say to yourself becomes what you believe, and what you believe becomes how you act. If your inner voice is constantly negative, I'm lazy, I always fail, I'll never change, then your body listens, your mindset follows that script, and your actions reflect it. But when you start flipping the narrative, I'm capable, I keep my promises, I show up no matter what, everything shifts. Progress begins in your mind before it ever shows on your body. Every time you speak life into yourself, you build a foundation of confidence that fuels your consistency, and that self-belief becomes your secret weapon. No more 0 days. Show up daily. Kill momentum. They tell your brain it's okay to do brain. It's okay to do nothing. But when you commit to never having a 0 day, even your smallest actions matter. One workout, one healthy meal, one walk, one page of a journal. It doesn't have to be massive. It just has to be something. That something is what keeps your fire alive. When you choose action over excuses, even in the smallest form, you reinforce discipline, maintain momentum, and stay emotionally invested in your goals. It's not just physical, it's mental strength. The real transformation isn't just in your muscles or your measurements. It's in your mind. It's in your mind. It's in your mind. Every time you push through discomfort, every time you silence the voice that says quit, you're building mental resilience. It's the mindset that says, I don't need easy, I need purpose. The gym becomes a proving ground, not just for your body, but for your character. You stop folding under pressure, you start rising in challenge. And that strength, it follows you outside the workout, into your job, your relationships, your goals. The physical gains are the bonus. The mental toughness is the reward. Keep promises to yourself. Every time you say you'll wake up early, hit your workout, eat clean, and you actually follow through, you build self-trust. That trust is everything. It's what separates those who try from those who become. When you constantly break promises to yourself, you chip away at your confidence. But when you honor your word, no matter how small the promise, you start seeing yourself as someone who finishes what they start. That's how discipline turns into identity. You said, good enough is the enemy of greatness. Settling for a good enough keeps you stuck in average. It's that quiet voice that says, this is fine, at least I'm trying, when deep down you know you're capable of more. It's sneaky because it feels like progress, but it's comfort disguised as effort. Greatness requires intention. God, it demands that you stop coasting, stop cutting corners, and stop giving 80% when you know you've got 100 in you. Every time you accept a good enough, you step away from the next level. You step away from the next level. And the truth is that next level only unlocks when you raise your standards and refuse to play small. Change your body, upgrade your mindset, own your life. Your physical transformation is the spark, but your mindset is the fuel. When you train your body, you train your discipline, your focus, your grit. That energy spills into everything. You start holding boundaries, setting goals, walking with purpose. You stop letting life happen to you and start taking control. The stronger you get physically, the louder your confidence grows mentally. And once your mindset shifts, your standards rise, your vision sharpens, and you stop apologizing for taking up space. So let's break this down. You make one decision, and from that moment, everything changes. You lock in your focus. You stay consistent for 30 days and start realizing your effort matters more than your excuses. You clean up your self-talk, you drop the 0 days, and that mental strength, it kicks in hard. You learn to keep promises to yourself, and that's when the magic starts. You stop settling for a good enough because greatness becomes your new standard. And through it all, your mindset rises. Your confidence grows. Your body starts changing, but you start evolving. This wasn't just about building a better body. It was about building a better you. A stronger, more focused, more disciplined version of you. One who walks in every room like they own their life because they do. This is your moment. This is your momentum. And this right here, this was your blueprint to becoming unstoppable. If this hit you deep, if you felt even one shift in your mindset today, don't just leave it here. Hit subscribe to Miranda Cohen Uplift. We're not just changing bodies, we're changing lives.